welcome to Spot Your Risks. This is your host Sujata, and today I'm going to talk about property registration in India. When and why it is needed. What are the new mandatory clauses required in a deed of gift or settlement of property? And the importance of mutation of names in the civic body records after registration. At the end of this video, you would hopefully have understood the basics of risks associated with non registration and non mutation of property documents and some associated optional documents that do not require registration. Its meaning to understand how and where they should be implemented. In today's context, every family's dream is to own a house, apartment, or even a piece of housing land. But one has to tread carefully not fall into pitfalls on the way of acquiring or transferring immovable property. Going through the maze of information contained in various laws and procedures at the governmental departments does seem daunting, not just for citizens resident in India, but also persons of different categories like non resident Indians, persons of Indian origin, branch offices, agencies, liaison offices owned or controlled by persons residents outside India or companies incorporated outside India. There are about 18 to 19 legislations in India, of which the most important one is the Transfer of Property Act 1882 and the Registration Act and the Stamp Act. The regulations governing the acquisition and transfer of immovable property situated in India by non residents, foreign corporates, and other persons of Indian origin or foreign citizens are governed under the following acts, direction, and notifications. Provisions of the Foreign Exchange Regulation Act 1973, which is known as the FERA, Exchange Management Act, which is also called as FEMA, master directions and notifications issued by the central bank, that is the Reserve Bank of India, from time to time. Provisions relating to corporates. If one were to look at provisions relating to corporates or companies, again, specific provisions contained in various acts need to be looked into. Domestic Indian companies, whether public or private limited, can buy, hold, and sell residential or commercial properties. A foreign company which has established a branch office or other place of business in India can acquire any immovable property in India which is necessary for or incidental to carrying on such activity in accordance with FERA-FEMA regulations. The payment for acquiring such a property should be made by way of foreign inward remittance through proper banking channels. The sale proceeds of such property can be repatriated only with the prior approval of the Reserve Bank of India. Further, acquisition of immovable property by entities who had set up branch offices in India and incorporated in Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Afghanistan, China, Iran, Nepal, and Bhutan would require prior approval of Reserve Bank of India to acquire such immovable property. However, if the foreign company has established a liaison office, it cannot acquire immovable property. In such cases, liaison offices can take property by way of lease not exceeding 5 years. This video is not intended to go into the requirements under various laws governing purchase, sale, or transfer of immovable property, but more to emphasize on the risks related to non-registration of compulsorily registrable documents and the risks related to non-mutation in the civic body or land revenue department records once the registration is complete. For details related to specific cases of land or property acquisition, sale, or transfer, one has to do several activities like title clearance by a legal advisor, obtaining encumbrance certificates, inspecting original title deeds, getting loan sanctions for finance, etc. Why is registration of the title deed important? What are the risks associated with non registration of registrable documents? Let us look at some of those details. Registration of purchase or sale of immovable property is mandatory to provide evidences to courts and other authorities, prevent fraud and abuse in property transactions, and provide confirmation of title to the real owners. Failure to register can put you at great risk as any registrable document not registered cannot be admitted as evidence in a court of law. Unregistered properties do not figure in government land records and proving ownership may not be possible. Of an immovable property does not confer right title and interest in the property unless proven by a registered document. Banks and housing finance institutions will not fund loans for either purchase or renovation of existing property if the owner does not register the purchase document or produce existing proof of ownership for an already constructed house or apartment. In case the government wants to acquire the land or immovable property, the owner will not get compensation if he does not have a valid registered document. A recent ruling by the High Court at Madras, India, has mandated that a clause must be provided in any gift or settlement deed made by parents to senior citizens to and in favor of their children that they, the beneficiaries, will take care of their parents' basic physical needs, The court passed the order following a batch of petitions filed by senior citizens seeking for cancellation of the gift or settlement deeds. Even though there are provisions in the law for prosecuting those who abandon their aged parents and leave them in the lurch after getting their properties, the judge observed, and I quote, even though the discretion is given to the magistrates to try the offense and impose punishment, unless the sword of Damocles is hanging on the youngsters, there will be lots of old age homes mushrooming. Risks if an important clause is not included in gift or settlement deed before registration. When parents of senior citizens bequeath their immovable property to their children through a gift or a settlement deed, there needs to be a clause that has to be incorporated saying that the transferee will provide basic physical needs to their parents under Section 23 of the Maintenance and Welfare of Parents and Senior Citizens Act 2007. Section 24 of the said Act stipulates that those responsible for taking care of their parents leave them in the lurch. Then there shall be imprisonment for the transferees, and fine will only be secondary according to the ruling of the High Court of Madras. The Madras High Court has further ruled that if the transferee refuses to do so, the said transfer shall be deemed to be made by fraud or coercion or undue influence. The sub-registrar who registers the conveyance deed must ensure that this clause under Section 23 is present in the document. If the above stipulation is not present in the registered document, then the transferee will not be in a position to sell the property at a later date, and the buyer will be at risk to buy such property. If the above condition is absent, the senior citizens or parents cannot approach the tribunal to get the settlement or gift deed made void. So you can see how important this is for before the registration of a gift or a settlement deed. When is registration optional? The law in India provides for the registration of immovable property through the Indian Registration Act 1908. Section 18 of the Registration Act holds that the following documents may or may not be registered: will or the last testament, lease of an immovable property not exceeding 12 months, documents of past transactions, decree or order of court comprising an immovable property valued below rupees 100, certificate of sale granted, agreement of mortgage, promissory note, instrument of partition by revenue officer, grant of immovable property by the government. These are all the optional cases for registration. What are family arrangements? Family arrangement is generally said to be reasonably for the benefit of the family members and to preserve peace and harmony, avoiding litigation, and to save the family honor through amiable internal discussions. Various decisions of the Supreme Court and High Courts have laid down principles in a family arrangement. Oral family arrangements do not require registration. However, once the oral family arrangement is reduced to writing, then it becomes a registrable document. A distinction must be made between a document reciting the family arrangement and a mere memorandum for the purpose of recall of the oral discussions at a later date and record of parties concerned. It does not necessarily have to be limited to the successors or heirs, and family has a wider meaning. It must be done voluntarily and not out of coercion or undue influence or duress. The members of the family arrangement must have some antecedent right, title, or interest in the property, or a claim which is acknowledged by the other parties. Even if one of the members have no right or title, if the other members relinquishes or gives his or their right in the property, it will be acknowledged as an antecedent right title by the courts of law. Here is an important topic: the importance of mutation. Mutation is changing the names of the new owners in the land revenue records. Mutation record is also called Pata extract or Khata extract in many places in India. This is a different procedure and is done after legal registration of document at the sub-registrar's office, since there is no automatic procedure to update the land records in the revenue office. This is applicable not only for agricultural, residential, industrial, or commercial plots or land, but even for apartments where there is an undivided share in the land conveyed to the owners during the purchase or sale of registration process. There are some states in India trying to integrate the registration and revenue departments so that land records are automatically updated as soon as registration takes place. Mutation of ownership has to be applied for in the concerned civic body office, municipal office, or village panchayat. Supreme Court of India has ruled that mere mutation by fraudulent means does not confer title. Only an authentic registered document can prove ownership. Let's look at the risks of non-mutation. What if there is no mutation done after a transfer of property? Mutation is essential after registration for many reasons. One is to avoid legal disputes in the future about title after buying the property, and or whether you are inheriting it either through a will or without a will, or acquiring property through a gift or a settlement deed. In all these cases, the beneficiaries or the transferees have to do the mutation in order to avoid future disputes. Mutation is a must for agricultural lands as land title will not pass to the new owner since land revenue records have to be updated with a new name. In the event of a scenario like government acquisition of land, only the name mentioned in the land revenue records, called the Pattadar, will get monetary compensation from the government. Mutation for non agricultural property, whether land, building, or apartments, though it will not affect the right and title of the new owners, the non availability of mutation record poses a problem in getting electricity and water connections, property tax finalization, and entry of new buyers' names in the civic body records. For apartment flat buyers, transfer of ownership takes place once registration is done, and mutation is a formality that can be completed any time. There are other attendant risks of non mutation. For future selling by property owners, the prospective buyers will have to be shown the mutation records and the current payments to the civic authorities. Banks and other financial institutions will insist on both registered title deeds as well as mutation records for sanctioning any loan to its customers. Legal scrutiny before purchase of any immovable property by lawyers or legal advisors is not just limited to registered documents or encumbrance certificates. The land revenue records also establish the credibility of the real owners and their possession of the property. Mere mutation of names in the land revenue records by fraudulent means does not confer right and title and interest in the name of the person holding the mutation record. It has to be proven by an authentic registered purchase document. The Supreme Court of India has held that there is neither presumptive nor extinguishment of ownership merely by the mutation entries in the land revenue records, and the ownership has to be established independently. So you can see that both registration and mutation are equally important in the matter of proving ownership. Well, we have come to the end of this session and hope you found the information useful. Thanks for watching and do give a thumbs up if you like this video. Share and comment. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel and press the bell button to get notifications of the latest videos. Thanks once again. Bye for now and see you soon.